One Piece spoiler alert for chapter 127. God Usopp gets attacked and belittled by a cat. Thanks for tuning into One Piece, nerd. After what feels like forever, we finally have some new revelations in One Piece chapter 1127. Honestly, I wasn't super impressed with the intense, thrilling start to the arc. Chapter 1127 mainly introduces us to Elbaf and the strange things that will cause trouble for our main characters. Their adventures always bring something new. Giants aren't new to Elbaf, but other things certainly are.
And has anyone ever thought that fighting a pet at Elbaf alone is an extremely difficult task? This chapter, a pet will appear. It's a cat, but its attack and strength are very different from cats in the outside world, simply because it's a giant cat. If it were on any other island, Usopp could grab that cat and chain it up, but in Elbaf, this cat would grab Usopp by the neck and stuff him into a loaf of bread to add to the fatness of the cake.
I don't know how you guys will feel after reading the first chapter of Elbaf, but listen to the spoilers for chapter 1127 to see the first challenge the Straw Hats face in Elbaf. The island is not only for giants, but everything is giant. Don't forget to make yourself a cup of coffee and sit down to sip and discuss Spoiler, chapter 1127, with One Piece Nerd. Let's go, guys! This chapter includes 8 revelations to note as follows. The chapter title, Adventure in the Mysterious Kingdom. It's called mysterious, but you guys already know it's Elbaf. Naturally, the mystery mentioned here is the Lego room that Nami is trapped inside. Just with Lego blocks as big as a large castle, there are indeed many surprises waiting for the Straw Hats to explore. In this chapter, all they can do is try their best to escape the Lego room. It's like putting someone in a cage of a large mansion, and you can imagine the feeling of locking a cricket in there. It's a childhood sky. Back to One Piece. Second, Yamato's pilgrimage. This time she met Inuarashi again, and you may not have noticed that Yamato is still in Kuri, the land formerly ruled by Drought Jack of the Beast Pirates, also where a group of mountain bandits Sutamaru ravaged after Sutamaru, also known as Ashura Doji, died in battle. The land of Kuri was handed over to Inuarashi to rule. The Dog King and the Cat King no longer return to Zoo to rule, but hand over power to Carrot. Now Inuarashi is the new Lord of Kuri. The recent disappearances he seems to be investigating, but has not found the culprit. So the meeting between Yamato and the Dog King seems to be looking for a way to solve these disappearances. Third, Nami explores the Lego room. Some of you might not know what Lego is, so let me give you a brief explanation based on Wikipedia. Lego is a line of construction toys manufactured primarily in Denmark. They consist of colorful plastic bricks that can be assembled and connected in various ways, often accompanied by gears. From the individual small Lego pieces, larger objects can be created by putting them together. For example, creating models of vehicles, towers, or even human figures. Of course, if you can assemble them, you can disassemble them. Another interesting fact is that this is a type of toy that author Oda said he is very interested in. Now is the time for him to bring Lego into his work to create a challenge for the main character. Back to the story, in the previous chapter, Nami was awakened by someone in a room made of Lego. And we can easily see that everything is a puzzle piece. From the ceiling light, the wooden crate, to the entire room are assembled from Lego. Nami explored everywhere in the room and discovered that it was located on an island in Elbaf that the giants had mentioned. So it is certain that the Straw Hats have had a group taken to Elbaf before by someone. The rest went with the giant pirates led by Dory and Brogy, but there was no contact or prior notice between them. It seems that Elbaf also has another group of people. They captured the ship Thousand Sunny along with those who were drunk and asleep on board. It's strange that no one knows what happened. Don't the giants take turns controlling the ship while they're moving? It shows that there is an insider within the giant pirates. Fourth, a surprise attack. Nami was exploring when she was attacked by a swarm of insects. Strangely, these insects were also gigantic. Nami ran so fast she thought her fruits were going to fly out. She suddenly spotted Usopp being attacked by a giant cat that was toying with him like a mouse. Stuck together in a rather bizarre predicament, Nami had barely escaped the insects when she had to rush to Usopp's rescue. Fifthly, Nami and Usopp's resistance. The two combined their efforts to fight back against the cat's attack. It was like a giant sea king on land. Its strength was incredibly overwhelming. Despite their efforts, Usopp ended up on the receiving end of the cat's slaps. It blew him away with a pretty strong slap. But how could that blow bring down the power of God? The guy who had his skull fractured twice is still alive and well. Realizing that these rats were also stubborn, the cat used special ninja techniques to transform. It transformed into a lion whose size was many times larger than the original giant cat. It's so strange, isn't it? A cat that can transform into a lion like eating a Zoan devil fruit. Looking closely, only in One Piece has this ever resulted in a transformation. For example, Blackbeard's horse, Stronger, who ate the mythical Zoan devil fruit Pegasus, can grow wings to fly. Sometimes I think, maybe this cat ate the lion-type Zoan devil fruit to turn into a lion, but there's no way a sea beast could transform like that. I think it's possible that this Elbaf cat ate the lion-type Zoan devil fruit to turn into a lion, but there's no way a sea king could transform like that. Is this detail a special revelation about the transformation of creatures in Elbaf? Is it due to devil fruits or self-transformation? It's hard to know when this is the first chapter of this arc. Sixth, the unexpected rescuers. While confused by the giant lion swinging its claws, causing Usopp and Nami to scream in fear, a coordinated attack was launched at the lion, sending it flying far away. This combo attack came from Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji. The three of them joined forces just to fight a lion, while before, only Luffy could use his Conqueror's Haki to make the lion lie still. It can be seen that this giant lion is quite strong. Just a pet cat that has evolved into a lion has such a powerful attack. No wonder Big Mom once said that if she could ally with the giant army of Elbaf, she could easily wipe out both Shanks the Red-Haired and the two Yonko Kaido and Whitebeard, and then ascend to the throne of Pirate King. Seventh, the Straw Hats' outfits. Haven't we noticed that their outfits are clearly inspired by Vikings? To better understand Vikings, let me explain. According to Wikipedia, Vikings were explorers, traders, warriors, and seafarers from Scandinavia. When people think of Vikings, they often imagine seafaring warriors, or pirates. But there were still some who were good traders, and they sailed all over Europe and the Atlantic Ocean on long ships. The Vikings raided, plundered, and conquered most of the wealthy islands of Europe, and then settled in the lands they had conquered. This golden age lasted from the late 8th century to the mid-11th century. Common Viking clothing included iron axes, round shields, iron helmets to protect the head, armor, and gray or blue trousers. On the contrary, if a warrior died of old age or in bed, his soul would be banished to a dark and cold hell. For that reason, most Viking warriors feared a humiliating death. Therefore, they always fought with courage on the battlefield, even if it meant sacrificing themselves. This is also evident in the chieftains of the Elbaf giants. They never backed down from winning a battle, even if it was just a small argument. From something as small as seeing who caught the bigger sea king could lead to a war that lasted for hundreds of years until someone won. I only mentioned something about the Vikings, not their entire history. There is much to learn about these brave warriors and Viking culture. Of course, author Oda will not convey all of the Vikings to the Elbaf warriors. It's just a prominent part for the viewer to understand instead of copying without creativity. So in the upcoming Elbaf, we will have to learn a lot about Viking culture and Norse mythology. I'll probably have to find out right now to give you the most specific and interesting perspectives. That's why each video I include data for you to refer to. It's just for reference. How can it be completely accurate, right? Eighthly, in the final part of chapter 1127, the Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, and Usopp group were ready to leave the Lego castle. Their adventure has only just begun, so let's all wait and see. That's also the final information of this chapter. Please note that the next chapter will only have a color cover page, and the following week the story will be on hiatus. Thank you all for watching until now, and goodbye. See you again.